Okay. Okay. So first thing first here is I'm an atheist or an agnostic or a pocket honest, just depending who you ask. I'm an atheist to my friend. I'm an agnostic to the Boy Scout people who think I'm religious, because I can't be an atheist and be an Eagle Scout. Supposedly, that's. I'll talk about this for a little. I'll keep it brief. Well, I'm an Eagle Scout, and the Boy Scouts is a religious organization. That is, it's a Christian organization, but they one of their main rules is that Eagle Scouts are that you're supposed to believe in some higher force. So you basically be anything except an atheist. You could be a Jedi, I think, and you'd still be qualified to be an Eagle Scout. But I'm an Eagle Scout and I'm an atheist. But they really, I don't know if they can revoke it. I'll bring it up to someone, because bullshit if they do. But I did Boy Scouts because I enjoyed the skills that it gave me. It gave me all these lifelong skills that I still use to this day, and it's a great program, except that it's religious. I'm gonna really fight for this when I get older, maybe more pertinent or whatever. I'm gonna be like, we need to separate this. It's a great organization, but it's like it doesn't have to be a religious organization. It can just be a secular thing, and that's everything will be better. But another thing is that I'm more of an existential atheist more than a science atheist, because a lot of atheists are scientists, I really enjoy science, and I'm a big science fiction nerd, but I don't understand science much as the scientific atheists do. I'm an existential atheist, which means I'm personally responsible for every action I take, which is the only train of philosophical thought that this is true, because like Freudian is like, oh, it's your parents' fault the way you are, and religious is like, oh, well, you're innately evil or innately good. These are the saved. These are the other one. I think that's one of the religion that there's a specific saved people that get up into heaven. You have to prove that you're worthy, which I don't like that. I like exit, because it's every action I take is an action because I took it. There's no other higher force or any other thing like guiding me. I feel bad for the bad things I do, and I also can feel full responsibility for all the good stuff that I've done in my life, like achieving these goals. I can be like, well, that was me. That wasn't like God intended me to do this or whatever. And another thing, I'm gonna bring this up too. I went to a funeral for one of my friends, so like a year or so ago. But it's a sad story. I'm not gonna get into it, but I didn't like it because I wanted to be like, yeah, it's sad. I'm never gonna see him again. But some douchebag with a cigarette in the parking lot's like, no man, you'll see him again in heaven. And I'm like, shut up. That's regardless. I'm trying to feel bad here. You're trying to make it into a whole different thing. This is what bothered me. I went to a religious funeral. A religious funeral for an atheistic person. A friend of mine who actually, I think he may have actually been a Buddhist or something. He was always changing, but he didn't want this. He didn't want religion. It's I know it was for the parents, but still and I didn't want that. I'm like, I'm trying to feel this. I'm never gonna see my friend again. But oh no, this guy's so sure that I'm gonna be reunited with him in some other world that we're never quite sure about. And that's what I don't want to have to worry about that. That's kind of why I don't want to worry about some other world. I would rather just live in the now and just be concerned with where I am right now, currently. I don't want to have to worry about some other mystical land that may or may not be there when we die or whatever. I would love to believe that. I just don't want to worry about it right now. And that's what's, I think it's hard for people to understand that, is that people want reassurance. People, they're not happy with this great life that they're given right now. They're like, well, I want to live eternally some other way. And it's like, well, mate, we don't know if that's going to happen. It may not happen. Nobody's going to tell you that. Nobody can. It's a great mystery that I like to keep. I like to keep it a mystery. Really, I don't know what's going to happen when I die, and I'm okay with that. It's kind of scary, but I don't want to be too. I don't want to be too like certain about anything. Back on it, I brought up Bach and Honest. I'll just explain that briefly. This video is going to be pretty long, but it's a fake religion, and this book that I'll tell religious nuts here and there when they're like, "Do you believe in Jesus?" And I'm like, "No, I'm a Bach and Honest." I messaged some girl on Tinder telling some really weird religious person like, "Oh, I'm a Bach and Honest," and it's like, "Oh, what's that? I haven't heard of that." And I'm like, "Well, I believe in the Bach and On," and it's read that. It's a great book. They're gonna do a mini series on that. It's gonna be great. But but on the topic of necessarily religion, it's like I feel too many people are brought up religious. I'm forever grateful to for my parents for not bringing me up religious, and that's something I'll do if I have kids. They're not going to be forced to be anything. I think that's why it's easy for me to be an atheist now. It's because my parents had the right mind to not forcibly force religion upon me. And it's great to live in a household where I'm not looked down upon for being an atheist. But yeah, but I think this is about where I'm gonna leave you off. This is my this is gonna be my last vlog for this channel. It's been a great run. I'm gonna be busy doing other stuff. I may be posting on my other channel. I have no idea about that either. My life's kind of up in the air about what I'm doing, and I like it that way. But this is fun. I wish you guys the best of luck for the other Quirk Stuff vloggers on this channel, and for whoever takes up Friday. Here's looking at you, kid. And this has been Jacob's Ghost signing off for Quirk Stuff Friday videos.